You're wired in. SmallCapVoice.com. Following is a presentation of SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support. Now, with your online business briefing, SmallCapVoice.com's Stuart T. Smith.
Welcome one, welcome all to this online business briefing brought to you by SmallCapVoice.com. And as you just heard, I'm your host, Stuart Smith. And we're joined today for the very first time by Pazoo Incorporated. The company is traded under the symbol PZOO. And we are joined today by the Chief Executive Officer of Pazoo Incorporated, Mr. David Koenig. David, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Stuart. Thank you for having me on today.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to stop by and speak to your company's shareholders as well as our listeners here at SmallCapVoice.com. And for those listeners who may not be familiar with your company, please describe your company and its business model for us.
We are the #1 online health and wellness social community for people and their pets. We've really sat here together and we've done an online community for general health and wellness for the public, but instead of sitting here and having it just for the people, we're also incorporating it for their pets as well, too. One of the big things we talk about in the health and wellness community is the word empower, and we want to empower people with knowledge on how to stay healthy, how to sit here and live a pain-free life, how to sit here and make the most out of their life and to maintain their health and wellness for as long as possible. And by bringing it together in this online social community, we're really empowering everyone. And then there's several aspects to Pazoo for the business model. We have several sources of income, one being our website through products, through advertising and consulting with our medical and fitness experts. Our second is our direct response, and thirdly, it's our brick and mortar.
Well, it sounds like a great idea. Obviously, we all know our mental well-being is enhanced and enriched by having pets, so what a neat concept you've come up with at Pazoo. Well, let's talk about the team that did put this all together. Let's start with you as the Chief Executive Officer. Let's learn about your background and other key members of the management team.
Well, my personal background is I'm actually a physical therapist by trade, as well as a personal trainer, and I've been in this industry for over a decade now. And with that being said, our management team, when people ask that question, I personally get really excited about it because our management team is very well-rounded and very unique. Our management team ranges from people as young as 31 to people all the way up into their early 60s. And the background with our management team ranges from people who've worked with high-level finance background, such as our CFO, in addition, as well as our president of the company has worked with small companies as well as all of the Fortune 500 companies in the marketing and advertising field. Other people on our management team also have a large focus and background on general health and wellness. So when you really look at the entire team together, it really is unique, well-rounded, and when you compare our management team to other companies, it's really hard-pressed to find such a management team that's as experienced and well-rounded as ours here at Pazoo.
Very good. Well, it's a young company. Let's talk about the achievements for this company so far here in the year 2012. David, what do you see as some of the milestones that the company's already reached?
The milestones, the list is actually very large. And when you take a step back and you look at what we've achieved so far, Stuart, it really is amazing. In less than 18 months, we start off with a budget that was only $250,000. In those 18 months, we took a concept, then we took that concept and made a company. From the company, we then generated our website and launched our website. From the website, we've added different health and wellness products for people and their pets. On top of that, too, we've developed the Wellness Information Network, also known as the WIN, which is a national database for different health and wellness professionals throughout the entire country, all in one place. And to really sit here and to take a look at where we're at now, in less than 18 months ago from concept, we have the potential to do up to $250,000 of total sales before the end of the year. We've really built a viable business, and we're building a fundamental value as well, too, with Pazoo.
Very good. Well, with so many achievements already under your belt, as the CEO, what do you see as the goals for the company for the remainder of 2012?
It kind of goes back to the last thing I just said, Stuart, we've accomplished a lot so far to the current date. And what we've accomplished, we've really set up a platform here at Pazoo. And now what we're going to do with that platform is that in the next several months, for the end of the year, we're going to actually be exponentially adding more services, information, additional products, more health and wellness and fitness professionals to our WIN network, as well as to our expert panel. And I know this next statement is going to sound a little lofty, but with our management team that we have in place and what we're doing, we truly feel that by the end of the year, 1 out of every 10 Americans will either recognize the Pazoo name or logo.
Well, you're doing something that's going to absolutely help everyone with that recognition of the name and logo. Here's the headline, listeners. Follow along by using that ticker symbol, PZOO. This press release came out August 14th. Pazoo.com set to launch first national TV campaign. There's approximately 70,000 60-second local spots running in September and October. So let's talk about this advertising campaign a little bit, David.
Well, with our advertising campaign, really what we're looking at is a national outreach program. We have several commercials that will be airing that really sits here and encompasses the Pazoo name, the Pazoo brand, and really what Pazoo is all about, and really empowering the public about Pazoo. This campaign includes grassroots marketing, advertising, social media outreach, and really it's all culminating together in the commercials that will be airing and shortly in the next few weeks.
Well, let's talk about another press release that came out about the company. The company is also well-funded for its future. The press release, listeners, came out on August the 2nd. Pazoo receives $750,000 to complete $1 million commitment. Begins final preparations for large-scale national branding campaign. So my question here for you, David, would be the funds here, will they allow you to perpetuate your business model and achieve the goals that you've set out for the company here in 2012? Are you funded for future growth, I guess is my question.
Yes, we're definitely funded for future growth here, Stuart. And this goes back to something that you and I were talking about earlier, is what we've achieved so far in 2012. To take what we've done from concept to company to website to product sales, and what we developed on a small budget of $250,000, now to complete this with the $750,000, we've achieved so much with so little. Now with this funding that we've received, it's really going to take our platform and explode it, and it's going to continue for us to build fundamental value with our business.
Well, listeners, once again, we are speaking with David Kunick. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Pazoo Incorporated. And as you heard from David, they do have some lofty goals. This is a company driven to get the name recognition and brand out there to all health and wellness individuals as well as the pet owners out there. And they've branded this thing. They've got the national recognition on the plate as they go out and put on these commercial spots throughout the nation over the next couple of months. David, I want to thank you for your time here at SmallCapVoice.com. We look forward to checking back in with you in a couple of months to see how the progress is going with the company.
Well, thank you very much for having me today, Stuart. I really appreciate the time and the opportunity. I look forward to speaking with you again in the near future.
Very good. Listeners, if you'd like to learn more about the company, you can do so at their website, Pazoo.com. That's Pazoo.com, or you can reach their investor relations, which is Taylor Capital, at 973-351-3868. For David Kunick, this is Stuart Smith saying thanks so much for listening.
SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support, provides its clients with the highest level of service. Our audio interviews are disseminated to one of the largest opt-in audiences available today. How? We at SmallCapVoice.com believe in aligning and affiliating ourselves with other leaders within the investor relations community. By sharing resources, each affiliated firm is made that much stronger and each client is served that much better. Our focus is to identify and provide the very best financial services and solutions available to clients and their shareholders. For more information about our services, please call us at 512-267-2430 or visit us on the web at www.smallcapvoice.com. This is a broadcast of SmallCapVoice.com, a financial communications and investor relations firm. SmallCapVoice.com receives payment for investor relations and financial consulting services that it provides to its clients. You should assume that officers, directors, and employees of SmallCapVoice.com or financial analysts mentioned and their families hold a position and intend to trade in these securities for their own accounts. This is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell securities. Information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be, nor should it be construed as, investment advice. As in all investments, an investment in the featured company carries an investment risk. Listeners should review the company thoroughly with a registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This broadcast does not purport to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used and statements of fact have been obtained from the featured company and other sources but not verified nor guaranteed by SmallCapVoice.com as to completeness or accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice.